my name's Cordy, and if I show you what I'm doing with this, hopefully I'll figure out what I'm doing with this. That's the idea. GT1000, I asked people last week which models they like and stuff. The answer did come back that the twin is cool, so this is what I'm checking out. So the twin settings, I've got the gain at 50, sag at +4, level at 47, and then middle treble at 50 and bass at 50. Presence at 2, so a little bit of extra presence, but not exactly much. I think that covers that. Okay, so the other thing that I've done is, if I can remember how to show you this, if you're in recording mode and you go over to this output speaker simulator, you go across, you can change the microphone and stuff. So I've set this to a condenser microphone, 87, distance short, and I put it over the center. There's a reason that I do this, and that is that basically it tends to give me like a slightly less coloured tone in a way. It's kind of natural and transparent that way. So here's the clean. I guess just supposed to sound like a big kind of clean tone. And then one other kind of cool thing that I've figured out, so I've put on some kind of gain switches, so I think a tube screamer here. I think it's a tube screamer, it could be something else. Yeah, so a tube screamer, the drive at 89, tone at +18, so that's how that is set. Okay, and then I've got, I think, something different in distortion too, so a blues OD. So a bit more of a transparent kind of overdrive. And so I could put them together and get a bit more of a drive thing going on. But also what I've done is a few things with this control 1 foot switch. So maybe you can probably hear if I do this. So that's without it, and then so I've got this control switch doing a few things, and it does a few different things on each kind of. So you hear even on that pedal, it's actually boosting the gain as well as doing a high cut. So I thought I'd just show you quickly what I'm doing with that. So if you press menu, control assign, and then assign setting, you go to the assign matrix, and in here you can see I've got this EQ2 is the target, and if I scroll across, the source is control 1, so this pedal, and it is toggling off and on EQ2. You can also see that if I go down the list, the distortion 2 drive has a minimum of 33 and a maximum of 72, and that is also controlled, sorry this is new to me, by control 1 toggling. So basically control 1 is turning on EQ2 with a high cut, and then it's also affecting the drive of distortion 2 when I want it to. So you could obviously do a lot of different things with that. By the way, if you're wanting to change this on the fly, so you could do this with essentially any setting. So select, like I could go with the amp. If I want to, let me think, do like a mid boost on the control 1. If I hold in this button, it takes me to the assign matrix, and so then if we put the max is at 80 now, so it's just done something deliberately, a middle boost, and I'm going to set it to control 1, which it is automatically done, and then I have to press this switch 1 to actually assign that. And so now hopefully when we do this, you can hear there's a mid boost now as well. So this for me is kind of the powerful side of the GT1000 stuff, which isn't really massively talked about. I mean, actual users of it, I think, will know about this probably, but in the marketing material for it and that stuff is not necessarily the most sexy thing to demonstrate. But this is doing things basically like snapshots or like scenes and channels, where you can get in there and you can modify basically 16 parameters at a time. You can also do things like changing exactly what drive pedal is in there. So there's quite a lot of possibilities within this assign matrix, and this is something I'm probably going to try and get into a bit. As I say, I'm still very new to the unit, so if you've got any other recommendations for amps that I need to check out, the Twin was one that I kind of like. Not necessarily getting exactly the tones that I want out of it yet, but it's closer. So yeah, let me know what other amps I need to check out. And now that I've learnt about this assign matrix thing through reading the manual and stuff, I can see that there's quite a lot of different possibilities, even with these 3 switches and combinations of the 3 switches. Hopefully that's vaguely interesting. If you've got any other kind of videos you want me to try and do with the GT1000 Core, I'm still new to it, but let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, you could. There's other Helixy stuff, there's FM3 stuff, there's a few other videos with the GT1000, trying to get to grips with it. But thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you in another video soon. Cheers.